Aglorev Magazine Live is brought to you by
Feroga Leilani's Energy Exchange. Express yourself without saying a word.
and
Aglorev Entertainment. Mind, body, soul, energy healing.
Welcome back to Aglorev Magazine Live. The cosmos have been busy since we last chatted. Let's dive into some cosmic updates to help you chase your dreams and dodge the drama. We're exploring the highs and lows of long-distance love. Are you in it for the long haul? Or is it time to say cheers, memories? Plus, Cassie Ventura testifies, and guess what? We got our first American Pope. Watch out for Vanderpump, Villa, red flags, and check out who made the cut in the American Idol's top 3. And I'm in the mood for some giggles, so let's wrap it up with some jokes. So snuggle up, have your beverage or comfortable pleasure source close by, and enjoy. Pay attention and enjoy. With the final week of Taurus season and the Scorpio full moon, it means that it's time to reclaim that personal power that you have given away. Jupiter also moves into an exact sextile with Chiron, which really amplifies any wounds that have resulted from you giving away your power. With this full moon, bringing them into the light. On Saturday, May 17th, we have a Uranus Cazimi, which is calling your attention to the changes that need to happen in your life, especially around your sense of safety and stability, and where you need to release control or work through resistance to allow these changes to happen. Another thing to pay attention to this week, the planet Jupiter is making a square to both the north and south nodes. This is also known as a T-square, and it is very impactful. Lunar nodes are very sensitive points in the sky. I really pay attention to when the planets are making conjunctions or squares with the nodes, because conjunctions and squares create the most energy and tension, and usually this brings with it a global event that we will see in the news. We still have Saturn next to the North Node. When Saturn was exactly conjunct with the North Node at 25 degrees, that's when Pope Francis died. Very big things happen when the planets trigger these points. On May 19th, Jupiter will be exactly squaring these nodes, and the build-up of that energy is already starting now. Jupiter is the planet of increase, expansion, and abundance. When it's making a square with this aspect, it's possible to overdo things. In the research I've done of planets making aspects to the nodes, there are often earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and big storms. So we could see some kind of natural disaster occurring. And because it's Pisces, that makes me think water or something related to water. Hopefully it's not a tsunami, but that is possible. And then with Virgo in the South Node being in Virgo, that's also related to Earth, so it could also be an earthquake. We also have Jupiter in Gemini, which means that information could get misinterpreted. Or it's like a game of telephone where someone keeps repeating something, but then the actual facts of the story get lost. This could be something you experience in personal life, or possibly in the news, like with the Diddy trials. And because we're dealing with Pisces, there's conspiracy theory energy coming out. So there could be a mad story that people start believing is not actually true. Then Virgo, being associated with health and service, there could be something having to do with medical supplies or the health industry. Hopefully not another pandemic. Virgo is also the harvest, so possibly something related to agriculture. And Jupiter making me think that whatever is happening has the potential to happen on a very grand scale. This could happen in the next week or two, but the closer that Jupiter gets to making the exact square with the nodes, the more likely it will be for us to see something big happen. Stay ready. Long-distance relationships are tough. You miss each other. You feel like a separate part of their life at times. You don't always know when you'll be together. And although I do not recommend beginning a relationship long distance, if you have an established relationship and a time frame of separation, in other words, you have the exact date of when the separation will end, and both you and the relationship are strong enough, a long-distance relationship can sometimes be beneficial. There are 3 reasons why someone would try a long-distance relationship. The person is worth it, you have a scarcity mindset, or it's convenient. But establishing a long-distance relationship, it's important to have clear goals. I've compiled a general list that might be useful for you at the beginning, and then you can personalize and build upon them as you go. Communicate regularly and consistently. Set clear expectations for the relationship. Schedule regular video calls and phone chats. Then send thoughtful text messages throughout the day. Plan to visit each other as often as possible. Surprise each other with small gifts and letters. Share experiences through photos and videos. Create a shared calendar for important dates. Discuss future plans and goals together. Be honest about your feelings and concerns. Engage in virtual activities like watching movies together online. Trust each other and avoid unnecessary jealousy. Use social media to stay connected with each other's lives. Celebrate special occasions even from a distance. Support each other's personal growth and independence. Set mutual goals to work towards as a couple. Engage in meaningful conversations and deep discussions. Stay positive and focus on the benefits of long distance. Seek support from friends and family when needed, and I stress needed. Keep reminders of your partner around like photos or gifts. It's very important to establish strong communication and trust. It's crucial to set clear expectations and boundaries, prioritize regular check-ins, and make an effort to share daily experiences to nurture the bond. Plan visits and future goals together. This can provide a sense of shared purpose and anticipation. Long-distance relationships can also have positive effects on the relationship. It might strengthen communication skills. Long-distance relationships will require clear and effective communication, which can strengthen the overall connection. It builds trust. Being apart necessitates a high level of trust, which can create a solid foundation for the relationship. It encourages independence. Both partners maintain their independence, allowing for personal growth and self-discovery. Quality time together, making every moment count. It improves problem-solving skills. Navigating challenges from a distance can help enhance problem-solving abilities and resilience. Conversations often become deeper and more meaningful, fostering a stronger emotional bond. Appreciation of small gestures. Simple acts like sending letters or a thoughtful text become more significant. Enhanced patience. Waiting to be together can cultivate patience and a long-term thinking. Increased adaptability. Partners learn to adapt to changes, circumstances, which can be beneficial for future challenges. Reduced superficial judgment. The focus is placed on the emotional and intellectual compatibility rather than physical attributes. It cultivates creativity. Finding ways to connect despite the difference can inspire creativity in how you express love and affection. Stronger commitment. The effort required to maintain the relationship can lead to a stronger commitment from both partners. Global perspective. Being in a relationship with someone from another location can provide a broader, worldwide and cultural understanding. Excitement for reunions. Reuniting after some time apart can be thrilling and rejuvenate the relationship. Clarity of intention. Being apart forces couples to communicate their intentions and expectations clearly, which can prevent misunderstandings. But, as with everything else, there is a positive and a negative side to long-distance relationships, which can have many variables being a factor, including having the right partner. You and all the relationship being strong enough. which is why I do not recommend being a relationship long distance. Also, there is a higher risk of falling victim to a scam. Some of the challenges of long distance relationships are communication challenges. Misunderstandings can occur due to lack of face-to-face interactions. Trust issues. Building trust is harder when you can't easily verify each other's actions. Emotional distance. It's difficult to feel emotionally connected without physical presence. Lack of physical intimacy. Physical touch is a crucial part of a romantic relationship, and its absence can lead to dissatisfaction. Time zone differences. Scheduling time to chat can be challenging, leading to frustration. Costly visits. Traveling to see each other can be expensive and time-consuming. Unrealistic expectations. It's easy to idealize a partner without regular in-person interactions. Jealousy and insecurity. Not knowing what your partner is doing can lead to jealousy and insecurity. Limited time shared experiences. Lack of shared activity can make it harder to bond. Routine disruption. Integrating someone into your daily routine is tougher without their physical presence. Dependency on technology. Relying on technology for communication can be cumbersome and unreliable. Being apart can lead to feelings of loneliness and isolation. Resolving conflicts. Conflicts may escalate without the ability to resolve them face to face. Potential for infidelity. The distance can tempt individuals to seek companionship elsewhere and possibly develop second lives. Delayed relationship progress. It may take longer to move the relationship forward due to separation. Lack of physical presence can hinder emotional connection. Miscommunication is more likely without face-to-face interactions. Travel expenses can become a burden. Limited opportunities for shared activities. Different cultures or lifestyles may create misunderstandings. Difficulty in resolving conflicts quickly. Missing out on everyday experiences together. The loneliness can become overwhelming. There's potential for growing apart. It's harder to gauge genuine connection and compatibility. There are limited spontaneous encounters, and there's increased pressure to make a visit perfect. There are challenges in building a support system, a high risk of unmet expectations, difficulties in merging social circles, limited opportunities for physical affection, higher potential for jealousy due to separate social lives. The relationship may feel more like a commitment than a natural progression. So when do you know when it's time to let go? Call it quits? Tell them to hit the road? When the communication becomes a constant struggle, with neither one of you willing to compromise. Trust issues emerge frequently, leading to constant suspicion and arguments. You find yourself making all the effort to keep the relationship alive. Your partner is unwilling to make plans for the future, visits, or potential move. You notice a lack of emotional support from your partner during difficult times. Conversations feel forced, and you start running out of things to talk about. Your priorities and life goals no longer align, making the future seem uncertain. The relationship starts to feel more like a burden than a source of happiness. Your partner frequently cancels or postpones a virtual date without a good reason. You both stop making an effort to celebrate special occasions together. There is a growing sense of emotional distance and disconnect between the pair of you. Jealousy and insecurity become more prominent and overshadowing other feelings. Friends and family express genuine concern about your happiness and well-being. You find yourself fantasizing about being single or with someone else. The idea of ending the relationship brings more relief than sadness. When making your decision, please remember to always put you first. It's not selfish, it's survival. Cassie Ventura took the stand as the prosecution's key witness in the sex trafficking trial of Sean Diddy Combs in New York Tuesday, the 13th of May. The hip-hop mogul's ex-girlfriend told the jury about how Combs would frequently assault her, saying he would bash on her head and knock her out. She experienced nervousness and confusion when participating in Combs' freak-offs, but was worried what would happen if she refused. Combs, 55, faces charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs has denied all charges. If found guilty, he could spend the rest of his life in prison. There is limited information on the jurors hearing the Diddy case. What we do know of some of them is there is a licensed massage therapist who has a family member who was a victim of domestic violence, a 51-year-old veterinary doctor, and a PhD in molecular biology and neuroscience, a 42-year-old who works at a nursing home, a corrections department employee who says they will not have any bias towards law enforcement officials, a retired 68-year-old who previously worked at a bank, a physician's assistant who has experience working with psychiatric patients. There are 8 men, 4 women, ranging from ages 34 to 74 years old. Sean Combs had had influence in music, fashion, television, alcohol, and many other culture-shaping endeavors. It is difficult to find anyone that has not been indirectly, if not directly, affected by him. His products may have been a part of your beautiful memories. At times like this, you may feel conflicted. I myself have been struggling with this. Is it wrong to appreciate the art and works of a heinous individual? There is no right or wrong answer. As we have seen in the past, powerful men protect powerful men and change the perception of the public. For now, all we can do is watch. But the stars have predicted misinformation, so I will not be surprised if this affects the trial, and possibly why the trial was scheduled for this time. Make no mistake, Hollywood uses astrology too, and so should you. On the 8th of May, Cardinal Robert Prevost was elected the first United States-born pontiff, and will be known as Pope Leo XIV. Leo made his first remarks as Pope from the balcony of the St. Peter's Basilica in front of tens of thousands of onlookers, calling for peace and paying tribute to the late Pope Francis. Leo is a 69-year-old from Chicago and a leader with global experience. He spent much of his career as a missionary in South America and holds dual citizenships in the United States and in Peru. When he served as a bishop, he most recently a powerful Vatican office for bishop appointments. He is expected to build on Pope Francis's reforms. The Pope's election prompted an outpouring of congratulations from world leaders who expressed eagerness to work with the pontiff on global issues. United States President Donald Trump called the historic selection great honor for the country. Thanks, Donald. And now we have something to be proud of. Okay, so now we are focusing on Vanderpump Villa, which has so many red flags, so many relationships, so many red flags. This might be a lengthy episode. So let's start with Hannah and Marciano. Okay, Hannah, girl. Last season, you are my favourite. Unfortunately, you have picked up a lot of unhealed trauma, probably Marciano's fault. However, what it is manifesting in your energy is a lot of anger. You are becoming a bully. You are a brat. I'm sorry. You are fading as a result, and hopefully you can get a hold of it. Marciano, he is an unloyal man, and he will never be what you want him to be. So just whilst you are still in a place where you can find one, find a better mate. Seriously. He is not worth... He's not going to change. Move on, because your heart is still stuck there. Your energy is still stuck with him. Do an energy cleansing. Detach he's draining you. He's feeding off your energy still. That might be a little much for this video, but yeah, maybe I will make a video on that later. But actually, there were a lot of alchemist, energetic vampires in the Vanderpump villa, and I don't know if it's because they were living together, but yeah, they were amazing examples of what you can see from episode 1 to the finale of how they changed and they evolved, and it's right there documented in video, which is amazing. So then we're going to go to Lexi and Tyler. That was an interesting relationship, because she even said that she always does the situationship thing, but yet she continues to do it and expects a different result. That is interesting. A little bit more maybe self-control and boundaries might work. Her pick of a fella who is going to damage her, and then she expects it to be different. That Tyler, red flags, red flags, red flags. Okay, she did end it, but she didn't, and then she kept having jealous fits. Red flags, showing jealousy, showing anger, unresolved feelings, all of that stuff. Okay. Gabriella and Andre. That is an interesting one. That one is one that also came from the prior season. Gabriella they are a situationship. She wanted to make it more, and in some cases maybe you can, but in my opinion, it's all based on the foundation, and if it starts that way, even if you do evolve into a relationship, there's still that underlying energy, and that's why you always have to get the foundation right. I don't really feel a situationship, the odds for a situationship to evolve into a healthy relationship are very, very small. It can happen, very, very small. Gabriella was trying to do that with Andre, and another thing not in their favour, I believe Andre is on the DL. That there was something that Hagen said that also reinforced that theory of mine. But I do believe that part of the way Andre treats Gabriella stems from the fact that he is a DL man. And yeah, he's already a father and he's already got shit and baggage and all that. So find something a little bit more clean. You deserve it. You just want some money. Yeah, Gabriella, you're a beautiful girl. You're smart. You at least cut your ties when you did. So now try to heal and get a better fellow, okay? Now, my most favourite level up was Grace. From last season to this season, she has done some levelling up. You can see it in her energy, her aura. She's healed. She's beautiful. She's level-headed, logical, even in the fact that she had a situationship. She did it in a very healthy way. It was kind of a rebound in the fact that when she originally was had her fancy on Dom, she was putting her heart into it, and yeah, it didn't work out so well. So to heal from that, she funneled that energy into TJ. So she was honest with it. In some cases, you can use those type of relationships to heal if you're honest with them and yourself, and you can handle that sort of energy. So that's what Grace did, and I support her. TJ, what's up with all the sweat at the reunion? That was weird. Yeah, that's the only thing I got to say about you is you're pretty cool and all, but like, what's up with the sweat? Were you on something? Was that like, yeah, okay, yeah, nervous, some sort of accelerant? I don't know. Just bring a towel next time. Yeah, that was shiny, too much. Yeah, okay. Then there was Alyssa and Sam. Yeah, Sam bothered me because he also, well, I would say most of the men on this show that were part of the staff were on the DL, but yeah, none of them were really 100% straight, I think, from what I saw. Yeah. And Sam, why do you need to call out everyone? Red flag. Why do you need, when you're working, when you're a colleague, you don't need people to know you. You don't need to share personal things about yourself. That's called boundaries, Sam. It's called boundaries. You should exercise some. It's healthy. I'm not saying that Ciade was in the right on everything. However, I'm going to get into him in a second because that is a very delicate an example of an energetic vampire, so I'm going to save him for last because it was amazing how it showed you his evolution. But yeah, you do not need to share your life with colleagues. Be professional, be nice, yes. But it is not their right to know who you are. And yeah, it showed a mob mentality of how they all ganged up against Siadi, because he, one, he was top for the bonus, and two, everyone loved him, and three, he didn't share any of his information or his energy with them, so they got that mob mentality and all ganged up against him. But the thing is, actually we'll just cover that now since we're on it. Siadi, I don't know if he realizes it or not, but he is quintessentially the perfect specimen of an energetic vampire. He is an alchemist. If you watch and if you follow, you see that he met Sienna. She is the reason why he got onto the show. He started having sex with her the very first night, and he took her energy. Women, you need to understand, your womb, your life portal, your energy has a frequency that they cannot achieve without you. People call it pussy power, whatever you want to call it, but it is a frequency your womb possesses that only a womb has to create life. The frequency of life, the vibration of creation. And when a man has intercourse with you, he is tapping into that. He is healing. He is creating that energy, that frequency that you possess. And if you do not protect your energy, he siphons it. And what Siadi did to Sienna whilst they were having sex is he became calm. His energy was balanced. He took that energy from her and he became balanced, and she became erratic. He drained her lower three chakras and she became imbalanced. She became emotional. Her identity, her sense of balance, her work, her foundation, all those bottom three chakras were unbalanced for her. She didn't understand why. She was emotional. And I believe she had an eating disorder, which was kind of validated by the fact that she had plumped up by the reunion. But anyway, she was showing signs of malnourishment. But she was also attention-seeking. Because this energy that she was losing, she became mad about it. She didn't know how to get it back. So she kept faking all of these things to try to get energy and emotion from him. But by him remaining calm and balanced, which is what you need to do when you're an alchemist, you know that energy is going to be drawn to you. And that is exactly what happened. He kept taking her energy. She kept losing her energy. When you are in a situation and you cannot control yourself, that energy leaves you. It goes to the energy of balance. The one who cares less wins because they are calm and their energy attracts. And because he was siphoning her energy from her lower three chakras, he was in the vibration of creation and health. She healed him and he became great and he won. And that is what men do in this world. Women, this is why you need to have someone that is going to give you an environment where you can be at peace and create. And that is why you need someone that is going to be financially stable. But watch my series for all of that. But the thing is, this is exactly in proof in front of you how and why this happens. You need to have a safe foundation so when he does drain you, you will have a cushion and you will not fall and go crazy and be drained and mindful when and in the right situation. If she was not working and he was draining her and succeeding in his endeavors, which a lot of men do, which is why they sleep around and they become successful because they're draining all these women. But in a proper relationship, if he was taking care of her and she was able to recharge and balance and heal herself and continue to create and be in her feminine energy, she could create more of that energy that he is siphoning from her, which would in fact mean that the energy he is getting is always replenished and fresh, and he's not draining dregs. So in a healthy, balanced relationship, she is the magnetism, he is the electricity, the power and the electricity, the electromagnetic energy that is needed in the right healthy balance. That is the most powerful combination you can have. And if you find that right person, anything is possible. These were not the right people. Siadi and Siana, and a part of me thinks he knows because he changed his name to be the vibration close to hers. They have basically the same numerology, but that's a whole nother video. We're only here to talk about red flags. But if you witness with him and the alchemist and the energetic, he is draining her. He is thriving. He is accelerating, and he is about to win that bonus. However, here's where you can watch it happen again. The switch up happens because she has to leave the show, because she goes so crazy with that drain of energy that she goes crazy and she just doesn't interact with the guests, and they don't. She just gets asked to leave because she's not that sparkle that she was in the interview. So here's what happens. After his source of energy leaves, you watch Siadi spiral. His source of creation and energetic healing is gone. So he goes a little bit mad, and he's looking for another source, but it wasn't so easy. And he almost assaults a guest trying to get access to another woman's womb. You watch him start to spiral out of control because he no longer has that energy to siphon and control himself. You see it happen. It's amazing how it happens. He no longer has control of his energy because he no longer has that source of a womb. So ladies, please understand. These men know. They know what having intercourse with you does to you and what it does to them if you do not protect yourself. So it is very important, one, to cleanse your womb, to release those emotional ties of former partners that still could be draining from you, and to realize the power of the pussy, as they call it, is much, much, much more than that. You have a life portal womb frequency inside of you that cannot be replicated, that they thirst for. It's like an addiction, but they're not going to let you know how valuable it is. Like an addict is not going to let a dealer know that he is so addicted, he's going to try and steal it. He's going to try to get as bargain basement as possible. Even the ugly fat chicks, sorry, it doesn't matter. They still have that frequency, and that is why they will still bang. Sorry. Anyway, I'm off topic, but the point is, you watch the emotional vampirism happen in right there on screen, and never fake breaking up with someone, never fake an injury, never do any of that stuff. Try to get this person's energy. The thing that she could have done is, instead of continuing trying to get his attention, she should have withdrew. Match energy for energy. Withdraw your energy. He can no longer take it, siphon it, protect it, heal it. And then he's going to be coming to you, because just like he was looking for another source after she left, he knows that he needs her. She does not necessarily need him. So ladies, remember that. And watch as it happens. You see it right there in front of you. He siphons her energy. She goes mad. She goes home. His source is gone. He goes mad. He tries to find another one. He goes home. It's right there in front of you. Just put a name to it. And a lot of people don't understand what's going on with them energetically. So you need people to help you. And that's kind of what I do. Anyway, I digress. So we are going to kind of really quickly, it's not a couple, but it's a big red flag, and that's Chef. Chef, okay. I love French men. I really do. I love the way they say my name, Ventura. I love them. He could be an attractive, beautiful man, but yeah, his ego. He has so many red flags. Chef, do you realize you're in hospitality? If a guest is paying you to serve them, you do not have a right to get upset and tell them to be on your schedule. Chef. Eggs and bacon take, 10-15 minutes to cook. You're a fucking chef. Sorry. You're a chef. When they sit down, then you start cooking. You don't cook and say the food's gonna get cold, make them come down and yell at everyone. It's food. It's not that big. Yeah. Your fiancé, girlfriend, whatever that she, I hope she understands what she's getting into. I hope you're not like that in the relationship, but I know that you are, because that's your personality. You went off on a woman, Gabriella, when she talked to you, like you're little man syndrome. You could be attractive, but all of that personality, yeah, I've watched you since the beginning, and yeah, sorry, no. Lisa, no red flags, all green, love you, you're amazing. I've watched all of you, like you are just you already know, you are the shit. Now that brings me to the other one, Stassi, you are everything. Stassi, you have grown so much. You are an alchemist. I believe that you are a practicing witch. Your life, your vibration, your evolution, you're amazing. You have created this life for yourself. You are balanced. Your issues about the tattoo are so valid. The sister, that's weird. That is so weird. And the fact that he's throwing up that an ex had your tattoo on it, that wasn't your fault. You should not be punished for something someone else did, and it was after you broke up. It's just ridiculous, and that is a little bit weird about his sister tattoo. I support you in that, and yeah, hopefully that evolves in some way, in a positive way towards you. Now, I am proud of you with your beautiful family, and I hope that things stay the way they are, because the only red flag that I see is in Beau, and he might be starting to feel emasculated. Hopefully he can be like Spencer Pratt, take a note from that, and support his thriving, beautiful wife, and know that her success is all of your success. The only thing with him wanting to go back to work, that is a little bit of a red flag, because of the fact that it may mean that he wants to be out of the house. And there are many reasons why a man would want to be out of the house. So, hopefully that resolves itself, and that your relationship is everything that you want. You have beautiful children, and I've been watching you since, Vanderpump. You have always been an alchemist. You've always been amazing. You always have had a head for what you want, and you get it, and you're amazing. So the women of Vanderpump, great cast, all of them. The men, I almost kind of think that they pick shitty men and amazing women, or maybe that's just the way the world is. But yeah, great job, very entertaining. But yes, watch the live emotional vampirism that you can actually see between Ciardi and Tiana. That's the main relationship to focus on. Watch how it happens, and then understand your power. Understand your power and protect it. Do not take it for granted, and do not devalue it by being called a gold digger or any of those things that make you choose a less than worthy fella to be taken into your life portal. So yeah, protect you. This segment is going to take much less time this time, because America got it right. Unfortunately, with Maddie being in the bottom 2 last time, it did lose some of her confidence. So yeah, she did lose a little bit of steam in that last performance, and it was a factor. So she did get sent home. However, Brianna was my next my next follow-up to her. Jamal has always been my number 1. He has not changed. His performance was not the best the first episode, but the second one he was fantastic. The thing I love about Jamal is you believe it. You believe everything he sings. He turns everything amazing. You believe the runs are amazing. They're not overdone. There's amazing control. His technical, his emotional, everything is balanced. He is fantastic. He's my number 1. I mean, I'm just going to say he's my number 1. If he does not win, I'm going to be devastated, and America better get it right. Thunderstorm, I apologise, you still were not memorable. So I believe America got it right there. He has talent, he's amazing. With the people that he targets, hopefully he can be more memorable. But for American Idol, his performances for me were, even right now I can remember what he looks like, but I cannot remember performance. There was nothing that took off or stood out or was amazing. It may have been his song choice. I don't know, I don't remember what his song choices were. And then there was Gabby. Unfortunately, she lost a bit of steam as well. I don't know if it was confidence. Nothing really happened, I don't believe, with her, but it was maybe song choice. That's it. Song choice. We'll just put it song choice. Yeah, because she started to lose her memorability as well. In the beginning, she was way more memorable, and then others just maybe improved, and possibly she just stayed where she was. Which brings me to John. Wow, he has improved so amazingly well, and his character shines through. He's improved his connection to the songs. Really a fan. He was the one that was in my top 3 that I didn't want to mention before, because I didn't know if he would improve the way he has, but yes, he has. Now that brings me to Slater. Slater improved. Slater got better. Slater, if he had improved faster, sooner, could have been in the top 3. Unfortunately, he wouldn't open his eyes. He made no connection with the audience. He made no connection with the song. Again, possibly his youth. Live a little bit more, but the talent's there. He's going to have a career. Not worried about him. He'll be fine. Brianna's steady. She's been steady the entire time. Her vocal abilities are amazing. It's hard to say whether the final 2 will be 2 men or a man and a woman. Yeah. In a way, I believe here's what will happen. Either the country fans will outnumber the R&B fans, and one of the men will get knocked out just for popularity, not talent, and then it will be a man and a woman. But in my true opinion, for it to be based on talent, it will be a male final 2. And I hate saying that because Brianna is so talented. However, John and Jamal, and they are both beautiful men. They are aligned. They are alchemists. I believe that they will make it happen. Brianna is amazing talent. I see a little bit of wavering in her energy though. However, it's up to the public, so depending on whose fans, whose stories, that will depend on who ends up in the final 2. I hope it's the 2 fellas, because that would be the true talent. However, I will not be upset if it's the man and the woman. However, if that happens, my heart will break, because I unfortunately feel that it would be Jamal that will get sent home. But I believe that he deserves to win. But if it's a man and woman, he may get sent home. So I pray that it's the 2 fellas. But we'll see. We'll see. And hopefully on the next one we will be celebrating Jamal's victory. Jamal, I'm rooting for you, voting for you, everything, the stars. No matter what though, you've got it. Congratulations on the new daughter. You're amazing. You will be able to provide for your family. You're a great talent. You will not have to go back to being a PE teacher. Congratulations.
And now it's that time we've all been waiting for. Please help me welcome to the stage Virolga Leilani.
You know, having an unusual name is like being the punchline before the joke even starts. Aww. I was always the one in class who made roll call like an action film. Teachers would just pause and squint and then say, I'm just gonna spill this one. My favourite part is when people attempt with confidence. They dive right in like, I got this. Veronica. Veruca. Verona. Volva. Bulgar. No? None of those? Okay, we'll call you Janet. You could be Janet. And let's not forget the Starbucks barista. My name tag once read vagina.
No.
He looked at me with disgust and said, close enough. I used to want to just change my name to make it easier. Then I realised it weaned out all the stupid and lazy people. So now I know it. Hello, my name is Verolga. Can't do it? Thanks for trying. Cheers. Memories get lost.
And check out the latest from Aglorev Entertainment for all of your level up needs.